Hats off. Pastafarians are members of the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster, a pseudo-religion which purposefully challenges mainstream religious privilege through mockery of their practices, have successfully used the courts in the United States to subvert the religious head coverings rule for driver's license photos in several states. However, Isabelle Nariana of Montreal, Quebec, Canada, was not so fortunate. She was denied the right to be photographed for her license when she showed up at SAAQ, Quebec's Ministry of Transportation, dressed in full pirate costume, a common Pastafarian theme. However, when she replaced her pirate cap with an Islamic head covering, saying she was a pirate who happened to be Muslim, the agency accommodated her. Feeling that her rights had been violated, she took her complaint to court. Said Nariana, "I believe I have the same right to express my personal beliefs and chosen religion as much as someone wearing a kippah, a hijab, or a turban." Judge Stéphane Sans-Fasson disagreed, saying too many people implicated in the real litigation with consequences that could affect their lives or those of their children or enterprise are waiting their turn in court for us to be silent about the monopolization of these resources to determine if the plaintiff can be photographed wearing a colander or a pirate hat. We forget too often that the courts are a public service with limited resources that must not be abused. The judge concluded by noting it is not up to the courts to rewrite charters. That's up to the legislators if they choose to do so. Kneel before the majority. Jenny Blaine is a parent whose daughter is a sixth grader at Busby Elementary in the Pembina Hills division of just north of Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. The children in Busby recite the Lord's Prayer at the beginning of every school day under the direction of the school's administration and have done so for years. This fall, Blaine challenged the practice and a public meeting was convened to decide whether the practice should continue. Those in attendance voted 30-3 in favor of keeping the tradition. Under provincial law, there is no prohibition against non-secular school prayer. Blaine chose not to attend the meeting, both out of fear for her family's safety and because she didn't feel that a majority vote was the proper course of determining the rights of others. In comments to the press, Blaine explained her objection to the school-led prayer by noting that the practice makes us all bow to the Christians. It says that we all have to take time out of our day to acknowledge how important they are. Following the popular vote, trustees of the Pembina Hills District held their October meeting on the 7th of the month and voted 6-1 in favor of continuing the practice. 4-year-old boy sacrificed. 35-year-old Indian voodoo follower Tirumala Rao is alleged to have sacrificed 4-year-old Manu Sagar. Citizens of Andhra Pradesh allege that Tirumala practiced black magic and sacrificed the boy Sagar, believing he would obtain divine powers and wealth. He is said to have collected the blood in a bottle after severing the boy's head to offer to goddesses. Rao kidnapped the young boy while he was on his way back home from the Anganwadi Center. When the child did not show up at his home, his mother became worried and went to the center to inquire about her son's whereabouts. She was then informed by a teacher that Rao had picked him up. Sagar's mother, accompanied by her husband, went to Rao's home to inquire about her son's whereabouts. Their suspicions heightened by the man's answer, they forced their way into his home, only to find Sagar laying dead in a pool of his own blood with his throat slit. After hearing the news, villagers searched for Rao, caught him on the outskirts of the village, tied him to a tree, and set him on fire. The man was rescued by the elders of the village, who took him to the hospital and alerted police about the crime. It has also been alleged that Rao unsuccessfully attempted to sacrifice a 6-year-old girl 4 days before he abducted and killed Manu Sagar.